and today I am fighting FOMO. The new Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette came out, and I was struggling with that because it's like, it looks really pretty and ooh, shiny new, but then I'm looking at it going, well, there's not a lot of variation in some of those colors. I don't even know if they're gonna show up differently on my face. And I'm watching people's swatches, and they're not all that, they're a little interesting, but they're not, but they, you know, like there's something in it that goes, ooh, even though if I'm not really interested in it. And then I'm looking at people's looks. They're very beautiful, but there's like 2 looks. And again, are they hugely different? Do I have it? So I've been struggling lately. So today we're gonna get ready with me and we're gonna be fighting FOMO. And so when we get to the eyeshadow part, I'll show you all the palettes that I have that actually could work for this look, and we're going to do one of the palettes that will make perfect sense while I'm doing it. Anyway, I'm going to start out with the Rare Beauty. Give myself a little bit of something under the eyes. I have no idea how I'm going to tell when I'm getting close to being done with this. I mean, you can see it, so I'm assuming maybe I'll be able to see when I get close to it, like the sounds of it, kind of, you know, and because it's a metal wand, it's hard to dig around to get stuff, so I don't know. I love this product, but, you know, and I love the coolness of the metal, but I just don't know. I don't know. I keep using it, though, which is saying something, because usually that's the way you can tell. I keep using something. So, anyway. Okay, give myself some brightness under eye. Very exciting. We're going to be using the Fenty stick again. This is one of the purchases that I'm super happy that I made. It's, I think the only difference that I can really tell between it and the regular one is that maybe my nose might get a little shinier during the day, but it's very nice. I'm really liking it. It sets fairly quickly, so I do want to do, for me, one side of my face and then the other. But other than that, it's been a really good discovery. I think we're really not gonna know expense-wise whether it's a good buy or the liquid would be better until we get to the bottom of it, basically, until I see how long is it taking me to use the tube of it versus investing in the liquid. But so far so good. I'm liking it. So I'm trying to pull out products that are helpful in the FOMO. So there's a lot of things that's like, okay, there's sales going on. So for me, I'm pulling out my Sigma bronzer. Sigma's been having a sale. They've been sending me all sorts of, you know, hey, 30% off. Hey, use this person's code. Hey, we got a sale going on. And if I didn't have as much Sigma as I have, I would be totally on top of that. But I have quite a bit of Sigma at this point in time, so anyway. Giving myself some bronze. I'm wearing Taupe stuff, so I'm probably gonna look kind of washed out with no color until we get some makeup on. But I was just going with the taupe theme. Really like the Sigma bronzer, and so it's nice to have a chance to pull it out. A lot of the Sigma formulas I really do like, the powder formulas. I like the cream blush too. I have one shade of it, the Pashmina, but I wouldn't mind getting another shade of it if I, you know, was in the need for more cream blush, but I probably don't need more cream blush. I think the next cream blush that I'm gonna get is the Colourpop one to try it. My bronzer is the matte bronzer in Light from Sigma. And I'm also, as far as blush, the Charlotte Tilbury has the new lip products that I didn't love the formulation of it. It didn't wear very long, and it was kind of a little messy to apply, but I kind of did get that Charlotte Tilbury, like the little itch. So I'm pulling out my blush and highlighter quad because I love the packaging. It makes me feel good. And it has, when I first got this, I thought that I was going to like this blush more because it's more of a muted color, but I actually like this one better. So I actually like these two, the more straight highlight. This has a little more color to it, but I like these two the best out of this palette. So I'm using this one. I'm gonna put on some of that more vibrant blush since we're doing more of a muted color story for the rest of my face. And with the Charlotte Tilbury, usually a stiffer brush is better. This morning I'm just using this more soft brush because I'm just feeling more soft this morning. So as far as the Charlotte Tilbury blush, I like the blush that's matte, and I just have to use a firmer brush for it. I don't necessarily love, but I do the new matte liquid blushes. I really have liked those. So as far as that goes, that's where I'm kind of at. So you see I'm having to go back a lot, but if I used a stiffer brush, it wouldn't be. So then I'm going to do some of the highlighter. And you can see it's fairly blingy highlighter. Okay, so that's blush. I'm gonna put on my spectacles while we talk about the eyeshadow real quick here first, and then we'll take them back off again. So I need a nude eyeshadow palette. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, what do I have in my collection to keep me from feeling like I'm having this FOMO? The first one that came up was the Colourpop, that's Taupe palette. As you can see, a lot of those same tones, a lot of good shimmeries, more mid-tone and deeper. And also, if you wanted something just slightly warmer and a little less neutral, the Going Coconuts by Colourpop. Totally useful. And much cheaper. You could get both, that's Taupe and Going Coconuts, and still not be in the Natasha price range. And then I was thinking about Rose Metals, the ABH palette, especially because since it's getting to be fall, they say, although it's not technically yet, we got another month. But anyway, people are going back to school, so it feels fall. But anyway, if you think about just the more taupey colors in this, and the more kind of rosy or peachy colors, you've kind of got some of the same going on, and it's the ABH formulation is a little softer, goes on really easily. But anyway, so I thought, okay, I have this is also an option. I got the new Glamlite Hershey's, the milk chocolate palette, and then as you guys may have seen my Ipsy, I got the Il Maquillage palette, and guess what? Okay, and these go pretty dark also. So I have it in a lot of different, and I could keep going. The Glamlite Chocolate Martini palette, the Colourpop, Not a Box of Chocolates. I have a lot of neutrals and nudes. But I was thinking about it, it's like, I actually have a Natasha Denona that I have that I could use. This was made for Ipsy. This is a 5-pan. It's the larger kind, not the smaller minis, but the little larger ones. And this is the Alloy palette. And I believe that it was made especially for Ipsy, but I want to show you this. So we've got a shiny shimmery. We've got a dark matte. I'm swatching for you. We've got a soft, creamy, kind of peachy color. I'll do a double of that. And we've got a deeper kind of a terracotta Rose, and I'm running out of fingers. And I'm not running out of fingers. I'm needing to use my thumb. Okay. And a peachy shimmer. Okay, so this is what this palette looks like. So that bottom shade is actually a deeper, the bottom matte, a deeper matte color than the one that seems to be in the I Need a Nude. But these top 3 shades seem like all I need for an eye look that's gonna look a lot like the eye look that people are getting from the I Need a Nude palette. So we're gonna do that today. Removing the spectacles. Okay, let me grab more brushes. Okay, so I'm gonna start in, this one is very light on me. As you can see, it does show up as a color, but it's a little light, so I'm gonna go into that first and do crease color with it. No, I'm not saying that I can get every look out of the I Need a Nude palette with this palette, but I can get the ones that I would probably most use, and then I could pull out my That's Taupe palette if I wanted the other ones, because they have the a little more grayish, a little more in those muted beiges colors. So I'm not missing out. I have these colors. And I like the Natasha Denona formula, but it's not necessarily my favorite. As far as, I mean, that I always think of Chocolat, Johnny Depp, in that she's trying to figure out what his favorite confection is, and so she keeps giving him different chocolates, and he's like, I like it, but it's not my favorite. You know, so I keep thinking about that whenever I'm talking about the Natasha. Okay, so if I wanted more of that warm look, I could use this one, but I'm gonna try and stay within this because we're just trying to use that look that's most featured from the I Need a Nude palette. So there's a lot of formulas I like. When Colourpop is doing their most excellent formula, I really do love that formula. It's so easy to work with. The Glamlite, the formulas, especially their shimmers, are just fantastic. I love Odin's Eye. I think Odin's Eye is completely wonderful. They've got such different formulas. You get a palette and there's all sorts of different things going on. Their Christmas palettes this year, well, Christmas last year, were just wonderful, really, really wonderful. So I feel like, you know, if you see a color story in Odin's Eye that speaks to you, they're fun to try. And I've had no problems with the shipping. Okay, so then I'm just going to take a finger application for this, the shimmer one. Okay, so I'm going to see about, I'm swatching off my fingers onto my hand. If I open this to put an inner corner highlight, that way I can feel like I'm not missing out. I've already got an item that I'm using on my face that isn't necessarily in that palette, but is very accessible. So we're gonna just do a little bit of that. So then we'll apply some mascara. So I feel like with the new Pat McGrath Mothership, it's fighting the FOMO with what you have in your collection already also. The new Natasha Denona, I feel like I've got at least 5 times over, if not more. I mean, I have a lot of neutrals. And right now, I just don't feel like spending $65, $69, depending on where you are, for a palette that I have, and it's a larger palette. And do I want to make room in my collection for a new thing that I already have? And I'm super excited about using, like I said, using my ABH palette going into fall. And I feel like if I got the Natasha, the new palette, I could wait. People have discount codes because Natasha started sending out PR and discount codes to influencers. So you can get 15% off on the Natasha Denona website. You can wait until the Sephora sale and get 20% off of it. If you have points racked up from Ulta, you can use Ulta points on it. But really, you don't need I Need a Nude. You really don't. Okay, so anyway, but that's the palette that I was working off of today, using these shades right here. Okay, so very, very neutral shades there. So I'm also reaching back into my collection for lip products. I already have. So this is the Hershey Glamlite in the milk chocolate version, and I'm going to line with that real quick. Just a light line because I don't want to get too carried away. Okay. So then I'm going to be using, this is one of the Laura Mercier, the High Shine, or High Vibe, sorry, colors in Peak. So this is like a nudie rosy brown, a little peachy. Goes on fast, has good pigment. It's slippy, emollient. So it's a nice formulation. So it's nice to revisit this. I ended up with 3 of that kind. So this is my finished taupe look. Not too bad. I'm gonna come in a little closer. Don't panic. Okay. So I could have used a more peachy blush. I just really wanted to use that Charlotte Tilbury, my quad. So anyway, I don't know that it's an exciting look, but I'm not sure excitement is what you're really searching for with I Need a Nude. You're looking for elegance maybe, subtleness, just a beautiful look for it. So I feel like, you know, I have completed this look. So this is just my incentive for you. If you're looking at something and kind of salivating and going, hey, I love that, you might just real quick look in your collection for this sort of thing. Because I think when they start talking about nudes and like the latte look, a lot of us have a number of palettes that we really love that are kind of in that framework. So just to encourage you to shop your stash, have fun with it, and get to wear some of the makeup you haven't worn for a while. So anyway, hope everyone is doing well, just rocking your latte looks and your nude looks and all of the things, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.